Yep.
All right. The Detroit Lions, they were a Super Bowl contender last year, one of the best teams in the NFL. Unfortunately, their defense fell apart due to injury, and they end up losing to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders in the playoffs, so they fall short of their goal. They had some key losses, some key offensive linemen like Frank Ragnow and Kevin Zeitler, but overall, they are returning mostly the same team. Of course, they lost Ben Johnson, who's their guru offensive coordinator. But anyway, their projected over under is 10 and a half. So I think last year was 12 and a half or something. So a little bit of a drop off. What did you have for the Lions here?
Yeah, I took him on the over. Had him at 11 wins. Like you said, right off, obviously lost some offensive linemen like Frank Ragnow, uh, lost Ben Johnson. So, but their defense is relatively healthy compared to what it was last year. Aiden Hutchinson's looking good. These guys are looking good on the defensive side. So I think, I mean, and they drafted, some rookies like Tate Ratledge to kind of step in. He looks like he's going to be a starter on that line day one. They drafted some defensive line depth in Tylik Williams. So I think the Lions should be a very good team. They shouldn't regress much on the offensive side, even though Ben Johnson left. I think, it's just a machine that's going to keep on rolling. And if the defense is healthy, 11 wins is definitely possible. And that's kind of where I see them at, given they still have like a decently tough schedule. And, the NFC North is a bloodbath there, right? With, you got the Bears, Vikings, Packers, like all of them are good teams. So it's maybe a little bit harder path for the Lions, but definitely still in contention.
Yeah, I still see them as a juggernaut in the NFC. I think the NFC in general is not great. It's very top heavy. So I went with 13 wins for them. I think it's realistic. I think they keep on rolling. They're just a great regular season team. I mean, I think they won 14 games last year with half a defense. So if you give them a competent defensive unit with some healthy guys, I think that 13 wins is realistic. So definitely over. ChatGPT went under. They went 10 wins for them. So who are your sleeper and bust for the Lions?
Yeah, sleeper. I went Isaac Tesla. I think you and me kind of like him, but I do
Yeah,
see
he's
him.
a hot commodity, man. And they just traded Tim Patrick the other day,
Yeah,
who was, I think,
he's
the starting receiver ahead of him. So,
I think he's definitely gonna get some time in like as like, when they shift St. Brown to the slot, he's gonna operate out the slot. And Jameson is a big play dude. So I do think there's some volume there for Tesla in terms of, picking up some catches. Yeah, I like him a lot as a sleeper. And I mean, in a lot of drafts, he's just going undrafted, man. So that's some
really?
value.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of
I'll
drafts
keep
I've
an eye
seen,
on
at
that.
least a lot of drafts that I've seen that are at least not rookie or dynasty drafts. He's going either very late round or undrafted. Like that's it. My bust, David Montgomery. I do think he's going to be used less. I think he's going to get kind of put into this goal line type situation back now, where he might be stealing some touchdowns, but I don't think it's enough to keep him fantasy relevant because of the way this Lions offense works and how much more I think they're going to expand Gibbs in this offense. So unless Gibbs gets hurt, I don't think Montgomery has a big chance of putting up fantasy points,
I think he had
especially
like
when he's
12.
being drafted. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think he had 12 touchdowns last year or something crazy like that. So I don't know if that is replicable, but I just think that this defense or this offense is so good. And I think they're going to be ahead so many times that I think they're going to lean on him. I mean, I'm with you that Gibbs is going to have an expanded role because it's his second season. He's going to, get more chances, more opportunities. But I don't know about Montgomery being a bust. Sleeper, like you said, Tesla. It's not a huge secret. I don't even know if it's a sleeper anymore because everyone's talking about him. But my bust is Jamison Williams. I feel like every season he's getting in trouble for something, and I just knuckleheads, man. He's just a knucklehead, and I think we talked about that as well leading up. We're not about the knuckleheads for the draft. So